But the other thing I think that is important is how do we turn that mess around sometimes and think about it in a different way. When we go on vacation, we have a blast. One of the reasons for that is I'm anal retentive, and I go online or I go on Excel and I have a spreadsheet and I know when we're leaving and where we're going and where we're staying and how many miles it is, right? So it's all planned out, so there's nothing to worry about on the trip, right? So everybody has a plan. That's one way to do it.
What happens when there's a bump in the road?
That's the key right there, right? What do you do when there's a bump? Or what do you do when, you know, our friends and I had planned, when we lived in Maine, our best friends and I planned to go to Vermont because civil unions became legal. And they were going to get married, and Curly and I were going to get married. And we thought, well, let's go up there on Monday, the first day that it's open, thinking it would be a Monday. Turned out it was earlier. We're playing cards, and it's about 3 in the morning, and we all looked at each other and went, let's go now. And we jumped in the car in our shorts and t-shirts and headed off from Portland, Maine to Burlington, Vermont, because we're going to get married in the capital, right? And we got there that morning, and by the way, there was almost nowhere to get breakfast on the way on that stretch of road. We found out the hard way. But we get there in our shorts and our t-shirts and we're all grubby, and we got married, and it was beautiful, and it was fabulous. Because one of the things we've learned is it's great to make those plans, but sometimes just hit the road. Just hit the road and take the adventure for whatever that is. And maybe you've made all those plans and you didn't know in your plans that that ramp was closed. And now you've got to take a detour. And you end up who knows where. We never call it getting lost. It's just having an adventure. Right? And we have found some of the most amazing things by just accepting the mess for what it is. I'll tell you one of Curly's favorite stories of me. I do not like spiders, by the way. So we're headed on vacation, and we're going through New Mexico on one of those, you know, those long stretches of road where you can just see forever. Mm-hmm. So we're in New Mexico. We're on our way to Roswell, of all places. And we're driving a 96 Neon, really low to the ground car. And I see what I would swear was 100 yards ahead, a very large tarantula crossing the road. I am not about to go near that spider. It doesn't matter that we're on this giant plane, there's nothing else there. I'm not going near it. Because here's my theory. If I run over that spider, it's somehow going to survive, get caught in the wheel well, wait for me to get out, and it's going to get me. Okay? Yeah, that's crazy. I get it. Right? So I stop the car. I'm driving. Curly has to trade places with me so that she can drive, because I'm freaked out about the spider, right? But I can't let her get out of the car because if we open the door, the spider's going to get me. So we have switched places in a 96 Neon now, in the middle of this long stretch of road with killer spider up there, which I'm sure by now is gone, right? We have been camping to this point. I love to camp, and I love to tent camp. I put the duct tape where the little 3 zippers come together so the spider can't get in, but I'm good, right? When we get to the gas station in Roswell, where I'm going to now ask where the nearest motel is, because I'm not staying in the tent with that spider out there. The guys behind us have a rainbow sticker on their truck. And we strike up a conversation. And it just so happens that the subject of Metropolitan Community Church comes up, and they've been wanting to start one. So we start this conversation, and we end up spending the night at their house. They brought all their friends over, made us the most fabulous homemade chicken enchiladas you've ever had. And we have a meeting about MCC, all because of that silly spider. Right? What could have been a mess, right? Having to find a hotel at the last minute, not knowing what we're going to do, what could have been a mess turned into this amazing adventure. Because we let God be in charge of that ultimately. Because we're driving to their house, following them at one point, we looked at each other and went, are we crazy? What if they're serial killers, right? We don't know who they are, we just met them at the gas station. But it turned out to be fabulous. And one of the stories that we tell over and over, because it was so fabulous, sometimes what looks like a mess isn't really a mess. Sometimes what looks like a mess is God redirecting us somewhere else. And if we're willing to go along with the ride, wherever it ends up, it can be pretty cool. When the Israelites left Egypt, it was chaos. It was a mess. It can't not be a mess with a couple of million people, including a bunch of children and animals running around, trying to get on the path out of Egypt, right? Now, some of those people who left Egypt, now they've been slaves for 430 years, and some of those people who left, as soon as they got out there and things got difficult, started griping to Moses and Aaron about, oh, you just brought us out in the desert to kill us. We should have stayed in Egypt. Right? It's called the Back to Egypt Committee. Yeah. Sometimes we do that too, right? We get out on the adventure and things start getting bumpy. And sometimes our reaction is, let's just go back to oppression. Let's just go back to slavery. Let's just go back to the way things were, because even though it was bad, it's a bad we know. Because we can't deal sometimes with the unknown mess, right? Luckily, there were enough of them willing to hang in there with God and get through the desert and made it ultimately to that promised land. What do you do when there's a mess? Who are you when there's a mess? Do you become that Back to Egypt committee? This stinks, I don't like it, let's go back. Or do you hang on for the ride, wherever the adventure leads? And how do you view that mess? Is it an adventure? Is it an opportunity? Or is it a reason to hide somewhere and not face whatever is out there? Because here's the thing, life is messy. Life is full of bumps. It's about how we deal with that mess and how we deal with those bumps that determines not only our character, but our entire lives. Because here's the thing, I can choose, and it's hard to acknowledge that it is a choice. I can choose how I'm going to react to that stuff. And if I haven't reacted well, good news is I can change that. I can start reacting well. I can change those things. And I can start seeing that mess as an opportunity and potentially a joy even. And here's the second really cool thing. Not only can I choose that, we can choose that as a group and as a community. We can come together in the midst of those messes, right? So when some group is out there protesting our very existence, we can come together and in joy, we can come together and counter that and say, you know what? It's how you look at the mess. Yeah, our lives are a mess. So are yours. Welcome to the mess. Let's figure out how to get through it together. And it's amazing how often that works. And sometimes it doesn't, and it's sad. But so often it does. Sometimes you just got to be willing to jump in the middle of the mess. So that's what I invite you to do this week. Is look around at your life and look at the messes. And see them differently. See those messes differently. Because the cool thing about that is, you can have fun in the midst of a mess. So why not have fun in the midst of a mess? That's what God invites us to. Amen. Life is messy. One of my favorite sayings.
And the question, have you